Libra, the turning point of destiny. 5 major events in the second half of October 2025. The winds of change for Libra. The second half of October 2025 feels like standing at the edge of a calm sea before a great storm. Not one of destruction, but of transformation. You can sense it. The quiet before the breakthrough. The world seems to slow down, the air thick with possibilities, and deep within, you feel an invisible current guiding you toward something greater. The stars are shifting, Jupiter now blazing in your house of work, Mars regaining strength in your house of finance, and Venus, your ruling planet, softly dimming her light to remind you to rest before the next big rise. This is not a time of coincidence. It's a time of correction, when the universe rearranges your destiny piece by piece. Let's unfold the 5 great chapters that await you, Libra. 5 celestial movements that could reshape the path you walk before this year comes to an end. 1. Triumph through challenge. The power of your mind and skill. The second half of October opens with Jupiter exalted in your career house, the cosmic equivalent of placing a crown on your head and saying, "Now, show the world what you can really do." But Jupiter's gift never comes freely. It's a planet that tests your wisdom before rewarding you, and since it also rules your house of obstacles, success in this period comes through your ability to solve problems no one else dares to face. Imagine this. You walk into your workplace one morning, and a project everyone's been avoiding lands squarely on your desk. It's messy, complex, full of misunderstandings. People are tense, deadlines are close. But this, Libra, is your stage. Where others see chaos, you see patterns. Where others panic, you breathe. Your gift, diplomacy, logic, balance, becomes your weapon. As you step forward, you begin to stitch together broken communication, transform friction into cooperation, and somehow, almost miraculously, lead the entire situation toward success. This is Jupiter's way of exalting you, by forcing you to rise. And here's the secret. Jupiter is not working alone. Your social connections, friends, colleagues, and even rivals now form a bridge to opportunity. Networking becomes your currency. A chance meeting, a casual conversation, a coffee invitation, all could lead to doors you never imagined. You might find yourself collaborating across teams, joining committees, or suddenly being asked to represent others because people trust your judgment. Still, the climb won't be easy. You'll feel the weight of responsibility. You'll work harder than usual. But every ounce of effort will transform into visibility, respect, and influence. You're no longer the quiet peacekeeper. You're the strategist who turns confusion into clarity. So when the second half of October begins to demand more from you, don't shy away. Step forward. Your success is hidden inside the problem you're being asked to solve. 2. Financial stability and partnership. When Mars strengthens the foundation around October 26th, Mars, your planet of money and drive, moves into a powerful position of stability. This shift feels like the tightening of a bowstring, focused, steady, ready to release. For weeks, finances may have felt uncertain. Delays, unexpected expenses, and uneven cash flow may have made you cautious. But now the tide turns. Mars settles into its own strong ground, and your effort starts producing real, tangible results. If you've been working tirelessly on a project, a deal, or building your business, this is when you begin to see the fruits. Clients return, contracts renew, and you finally gain traction. Yet Mars doesn't bring lazy luck. This isn't about random windfalls. It's about earned income, money born from sweat, persistence, and focus. That's why it's so satisfying, because you built it. And here's something even more beautiful. Mars is also your partnership planet. For many Libras, this means a spouse or partner becomes a strong ally in financial growth. Maybe you start planning a business together, share an investment idea, or simply combine resources for a shared goal. You might sit down together and say, "Let's make a plan for the next year." And in that moment, something shifts, the relationship deepens, not from romance alone, but from teamwork. This is also a wonderful period to rebuild financial confidence. If you've been doubting your earning power or your ability to stand on your own, Mars will remind you, you've got this. It fuels your courage to ask for what you deserve, to negotiate better terms, raise your prices, or step into a new job that pays what you're truly worth. Picture this scene: a Libra sitting at a desk late at night, spreadsheets open, coffee beside them. Their eyes are tired, but there's a quiet fire inside, a knowing that every late night is building something that will last. That's you, Libra. You're constructing stability, one careful decision at a time. 3. Reflection and the courage to end what no longer serves you. After October 26th, Mars begins to form a subtle yet powerful connection with Octtober, the South Node, and Uranus, planets of release and awakening. This cosmic trio whispers, it's time to let go. For some Libras, this may feel like the closing of a chapter, a project ending, a contract expiring, or even an emotional separation that's long overdue. And yes, endings can sting, but this ending is divine. It clears space for something truer to your soul. Imagine you've been holding a book for years, the same story, the same characters, the same lessons. You've underlined every page, but now you realize the story's done. You can keep rereading it, or you can close it and start writing a new one. That's the energy here. You'll feel an urge to declutter your life, to simplify, to detach from what no longer brings meaning. It might be physical, emotional, or spiritual. The universe is preparing you for a rebirth in early November, so October's end becomes the cleansing before the renewal. This energy also invites deep introspection. Some Libras will turn to meditation, astrology, or philosophy, searching for higher truth. Others might dive into a subject that fascinates them, psychology, healing, or spirituality, finding unexpected insight in hidden places. If you've been carrying emotional or financial burdens, old debts, unresolved relationships, or family entanglements, you may finally decide to close those loops. Perhaps you pay off a lingering loan, or you choose to stop trying to fix someone who doesn't want to change. That act of release frees enormous energy, and your path suddenly feels lighter. So don't fear the word ending. It's not loss, it's evolution. And this time, Libra, you're ending things on your own terms. 4. The quiet soul. Venus weakens to teach rest, not defeat. While all these transformations unfold, your ruling planet Venus moves into a faint and weary phase. In astrology, we call this being debilitated, not destroyed, but gently dimmed, like a candle flickering after a long night. This is the universe telling you, pause. For much of the year, you've been everyone's balance point, the listener, the mediator, the friend who brings peace. But even harmony needs silence. Even beauty needs darkness to glow again. You may notice yourself feeling less social, less eager to please, and more inward. That's not weakness, that's healing. You're gathering your light again. Maybe you cancel plans to spend a weekend alone. Maybe you take a short trip somewhere quiet, mountains, rivers, a simple retreat, to breathe without noise. Or maybe you just sit by your window at night, staring at the moon, realizing that you don't have to carry everyone's expectations anymore. Venus in this phase also touches your health and emotional stamina. You might feel a little tired, drained, or creatively blocked. If so, don't fight it. Nurture yourself. Eat well, sleep more, and listen to music that lifts your heart. In relationships, this period can bring temporary distance, not as a punishment, but as perspective. Sometimes space brings clarity. Sometimes silence brings understanding. Use this time to remember who you are when you're not defined by anyone else. Think of this phase as the night before dawn. When Venus regains her light next month, you'll return softer, wiser, and more radiant than before. 5. Unsteady communications and hidden blessings. The trickster Mercury and the dim sun. The final act of October arrives with Mercury's wild dance, moving forward, backward, and forward again, right across your rising sign. It's a cosmic mirror maze, reflections everywhere, truth hiding behind misunderstanding. Expect mixed signals, delays, or crossed wires in communication. Emails may vanish, messages may be misread, meetings rescheduled. And in deeper matters, contracts, negotiations, promises, you'll need extra clarity. This is not a punishment, it's a pause for revision. Mercury is asking, did you truly mean what you said? It tests your honesty, your patience, your ability to listen. At the same time, the Sun and Venus, both in weak positions, create a subtle shadow over recognition and reward. You may feel like you're working hard but not being seen. Your efforts, though meaningful, may go unnoticed, like gold hidden under dust. But take heart, Libra. This is the hidden blessing phase, when the seeds you plant quietly will sprout later in ways you can't yet see. Imagine a gardener planting seeds during a cloudy day. There's no applause, no sunlight, only silence. Yet beneath the soil, life is forming. That's you. Your words, your work, your kindness, they're taking root, even if no one notices yet. So if communication breaks down, don't react, reflect. If you're misunderstood, stay calm. If success seems delayed, remember, Jupiter's still watching from above your career house, promising that everything you build now will bloom when the timing is right. Rebirth of balance as October draws to a close, Libra, you'll realize something profound. Balance isn't about keeping everything equal. It's about knowing when to let go and when to hold on. You began this month solving problems others couldn't. You'll end it standing taller, not because life got easier, but because you became stronger. Jupiter gives you wisdom through challenge. Mars gives you power through persistence. Fate gives you peace through release. Venus gives you rest through surrender. And Mercury gives you patience through misunderstanding. 5 energies, 5 lessons, 5 turning points, shaping you into someone unshakable by December. So when the winds of late October sweep through your life, when projects end, when people come and go, when silence replaces applause, don't fear it. This is your refinement. This is your rebirth. And soon, when November dawns, the universe will hand you the proof of all the unseen effort you've poured in this month, a reward earned not by luck, but by grace. Final words. Balance is not found in stillness, Libra. It's created through motion, through falling and rising again, through giving and releasing, through endings that bloom into beginnings. Stand in that motion proudly, Libra. The second half of October 2025 is not the end of your story. It's the chapter where you become unstoppable.